No Joe Catapano this week on Around the Arc, but a familiar Joe is back on Around the Arc. I'm Joey Zocco. The week 2 Around the Arc. Nothing like a eye roll from Tyler behind the camera. That's always the goal. Ryan, Greg, and Connor. Let's go through best game, best team, best player from week 2. So we'll start with best game, and it sounds like there's a consensus as far as the best game from week 2.
Yeah, Stranger Danger and the Throne has to take it just because of the incredible finish. It didn't have much to go up against in terms of the other games, but for Stranger Danger, you can probably give Sensual Chocolate a call, and they can help you figure out how they got through blowing a late lead. So that's something they can hang their hat on.
Yeah, I concur. Definitely the best game of the night for sure.
Yeah, I agree. It was a nail biter. It was a hard-fought game. Best game of the night.
The only other one, maybe Sensual Chocolate Flint. Goon Squad Sports Look, just some honorable mentions since we all concluded the Throne and Stranger Danger, which the Throne won to improve to 1-1. Stranger Danger now also 1-1. Let's go to best team. So team that impressed you the most from week 2. We'll start with Greg this time. So a team that really stood out, maybe that impressed, surprised, did something you didn't expect this week.
The team that probably stood out for me is probably going to be with the Monsters. I think that they just came out hot, ready, and they look even better than they did last year, which is definitely a scary sight for the league. They look retooled, revamped, and they have a focus in them when they play that I have not seen, and it's scary.
And they beat the Bad Boys this past week to improve to 2-0. Connor.
Yeah, I picked the Throne this week, and I actually talked about them a little bit last week in Behind the Arc. Even though they lost, I was really impressed by their strong effort against the Brotherhood. And then this week, they come out and they got the win. And although some may say that the Stranger Danger, coughed it up at the end, it's really hard when you're down a lot with 2 minutes left, 10 points plus, to keep your head in it and get the win. And they did it without Jacobson Jean-Baptiste, who was their leading scorer last week, one of the only reasons why they competed so well. So, they swapped him out with Joe, and, if they can get their whole roster here in one time, they're going to be a scary team, so they really impressed me today.
Well, speaking of getting their whole roster, no limit, they were actually very limited in terms of roster. They only had 5 people. They still win by a million points, and they pulled down a bunch of rebounds. From the opening tip to the final whistle, they just dominated. They had a 20-point lead at the end of the first quarter, outscored sometimes Y by 23 in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
So, a lesser opponent, yes, but still impressed with what they were able to do with such little bench.
Let's go a little more quickly now. Team that disappointed you the most. Now we'll keep it short. We like to keep it light on Around the Arc, where we are actually on the arc, which is obviously the key to the show. But what team disappointed you, Ryan?
The team that really couldn't make any shots from here, Flight Club. I know they won,
right,
and that's great, but it didn't look great. And double dribblers gave them so many chances to really run away with it, and they couldn't do it. So we'll see what they do against some better teams. I definitely think there's some work to be done, but they did get the win, so I'll give them credit for that.
Yeah, I went with Sensual Chocolate for this one. Talk about them real quick. Just Carmine Santarelli, great player. You don't expect him to have an 0-2 next to his team when they're starting out. Especially Aaron Samuel, another incredibly athletic player. So I expect them to get on track and get some wins soon because they're too good of a team to start out 0-2.
It's a hard one. I'd probably have to go with Redemption. While they faced a very hard opponent and they did play a good game, I think that they didn't play up to their standards. I think they're a much better team than what the score, what the outcome was. And I think that Redemption just needs to retool, regroup, and they'll be fine in the future.
And now, to lighten the mood, the player that stood out the most from week 2, Greg.
My player is a fan favorite, Ronte Bird. He, as we all know him...
Wait, for real?
Yeah, he had 30 points and 9 rebounds. He hit a few threes from Steph Curry range. I was very impressed. I think he just had a good game. He's a spark plug for his team, and he played phenomenally.
Number 24. He has many names. He asked me not to mention the H one, so we'll save that one. But Ronte Bird, your standout player.
Yeah, I already talked about my standout player tonight, and it's Joe Bacciello. I just saw him for the first time tonight, so he made an unbelievable first impression on me. And, when he put up those 41 points, a lot of them came late in that fourth quarter, clutch buckets and ones. Just an unbelievable, well-rounded performance from Joe.
You're all in on the throne.
Absolutely. I'm all in
From
on
what
the
we've
throne.
gathered from this show, Happy Feet fan and all in on the throne.
Definitely.
Ryan.
I'm going to stick with No Limit, but I'm going to
Oh,
go with
good
Sean
God.
Hendricks.
We had 2 votes for
Well,
him.
he-
Could
well-
you imagine?
Well, hear me out.
All right.
I mean, hidden behind 2 30-point scorers, Rashawn Hendricks had 19 points and 14 assists. He was making some beautiful passes. We saw Curry when we were watching the finals making some nice passes. Hendricks had a couple ones that could have competed with those, and he really kept the offense humming. And obviously, he kept the offense humming. They scored over 100 points. But yeah, really impressed with the way he was facilitating on the offensive end.
Nice. No Limit, big win. So 2-0. Next week, big game for them. So we'll get to that in our pregame show, Facebook Live, Monday night, 5 o'clock. This has been Around the Arc for week 2. Hopefully, Catapano back for week 3 for everyone's sake. But for Greg, Connor, Ryan, I'm Joey. Thanks for watching Around the Arc. Stay tuned to thelegacyleagues.com for top plays, power rankings, league leaders, and all that good stuff. We will see you for week 3, 5 p.m. on Monday night with our pregame show.